Synthetic controls are one of the most important tools that you can use in the data science causal inference track. So let's walk through a project that you can do at home that will demonstrate your capabilities with the synthetic control methods. A common place where we use causal inference methods is understanding the impact of a bad event, because we certainly don't want to randomize an experiment giving half of our users something negative that happens. So in late 2017, there was a breach of Equifax data and the stock price plummeted about $40. And if you were just looking at the stock, you might think there was an initial reaction and then that reaction got muted over time, right, as the stock price started going back up. But what if we told you that the whole market started going up as well? So even after the Equifax stock rebounded, so were its competitors and so were, say, like the S&P 500. So, what was the impact of that breach on Equifax prices over time? The synthetic control is formed by creating a weighted average of a number of competitor companies or market indexes, and then the weights are created using data from prior to the breach, and then we use those weights to predict how Equifax would have done if not for the breach. And notably, we see that the synthetic control continued to go up over time. In fact, if we plot the difference between the synthetic control and the actual Equifax prices, we see in the 6 or so months prior to the breach that they were almost perfectly on top of each other. And then it dropped almost $35 to $40 per share, and that gap continued for almost 3 months. So if you were to only look at the individual prices of Equifax, you may have understated how much the impact was over an extended period of time. Now, with any causal inference method, it's very important to validate the results, and typically we do that with a placebo test. So in this case, we run the exact same model, but using all data that happened prior to the breach. And notably, in this case, we see that the estimated placebo effect was less than $1 per share in the 3 months after the placebo event, which is really small. It's about 73 cents on about $120 share price. This would give me a lot of confidence that the synthetic control is reasonable, that it's unbiased, and that the effects that we have in the actual model of $35 to $40 per share for about 3 months are reasonable impact estimate of the breach.